Hello students. So in our last video we have completed some topics of this chapter, and in this video we will complete the rest. Okay, so for this video our first topic is simple machines. So what is simple machines? A sewing machine and a washing machine are made of many parts. They are thus called complex machines. You can underline these lines. The machines which have many parts, they are called complex machines. Scissors, knives and tweezers are made of very few parts. They are called simple machines. They help us to do work by using force more efficiently. There are six basic simple machines. So there are six basic simple machines. First one is lever, inclined plane, wedge, screw, pulley and wheel and axle. Complex machines are made up of these six simple machines. Okay, so complex machines are made up of these six simple machines. So our first one is the lever. So suppose you are asked to move a heavy boulder, you may find it very difficult to do so. So suppose you are asked to move a heavy boulder, you will find it very difficult to do so. But if you are given a strong rod and a small stone, you can move the boulder more easily by using the rod as shown. So see in the picture. Here the boy is thinking that how he will take this load, but in this picture he gets an idea how. Look at this illustration and note the following points. The boulder is the load. Here the boulder is the load. One end of the rod is put under the boulder. So you can see one end of the rod is put under the boulder. The small stone supports the rod, and the small stone, you can see here, the small stone supports the rod. So the point at which the rod touches the stone, the point at which the rod touches the point at which the rod touches the stone is called what? Fulcrum. Okay, so the rod is free to turn around the fulcrum. So after doing that, the rod will be free to turn around the fulcrum. You will push down at the other end of the rod to shift the boulder. Now you will push the other end of the rod to shift the boulder. This push or force applied to move the load is called the effort. Here is trying to push or pull the boulder. So this is called an effort, and this is fulcrum, and this boulder is the load. Okay. So turn the next page. This agreement of a rod free to move around a fixed point, that is fulcrum, is called a lever. Levers are grouped into three types depending on the positions of the effort, load and fulcrum. So levers are also grouped under three types depending on the positions of the effort, load and fulcrum. So first one is first class lever, that is load, fulcrum, effort. Here in this type of lever, the fulcrum is placed between the effort and the load. You can see in this picture, you will understand. Here fulcrum is placed in between the load and the effort. The seesaw, you can see the example is given. The example is seesaw in your school playground is a first class lever. It is an example of a first class lever. Claw hammers, claw hammers, this is also in first class lever. And pliers is also in first class lever. Here you can see L for load, F for force and E for effort. Okay, sorry, L for load, F for fulcrum, not force, and E for effort. Okay, so when you use a spoon to open the lid of a can, you use it is a first class lever. Then you use it as a first class lever. One end of the rod and the effort is applied at the other end. The load lies between the fulcrum and the effort. You can see the load lies, no sorry, it is a second class lever. Second class, in this type of lever, the fulcrum is one end of the rod. You can see that in the next page, second class lever. Here load is placed in between the fulcrum and the effort. Okay, the examples of second class lever is bottle opener, nut cracker, etc. The load lies between the fulcrum and the effort. Wheelbarrows, bottle openers, and nutcrackers are examples of second-class lever. The wheelbarrow allows one to lift and shift a heavy load with the wheel as a fulcrum. You can see this is a picture of wheelbarrow. Here this is load. Then what? This is second-class lever, no? So here it is an effort. Then what? Load, and this is fulcrum. Okay. Next is third class lever. So what is third class lever? Here fulcrum, effort, load. In this type of lever, the fulcrum is at the one end of the lever. You can see in this picture, fulcrum is at the one end of the lever and the load is at the end of the lever. The effort is applied in between the fulcrum and the load. Fishing rod, tweezers, here is a tweezer, tongs are examples of third class lever. Okay. So next is our inclined plane. So what is inclined plane? See in this picture. These are the inclined plane. You may see in hospitals, especially there is an inclined plane. It helps the patient to run the wheelchair. Have you ever wondered how the ancient Egyptians lifted heavy stones to build the pyramid? So earlier, what happened? Belonging to a long time ago, ancient means belonging to a long time ago. What Egyptians do? They lifted heavy stones to build the pyramid. How? They use a ramp or an inclined plane. An inclined plane is a slope that helps us to move a heavy load between two levels with less effort. By the help of inclined plane, we will give less effort. Okay, it doesn't look like a machine at all. Okay, so turn the next page. A normal person cannot load a heavy box into the rear of a truck easily. You can see this picture. Okay, but by placing an inclined wooden plank from the rear of the truck to the ground, the person can do this more easily. A wheelchair can be easily pushed by an inclined plane in a hospital. The less the slope of an inclined plane, the less the force required to push a load up. A winding mountain road is also an inclined plane. What is winding? Winding means having a curve and twisted shape. You can see in this picture, having a curve and twisted shape. So if a steep road were built directly up the side of the mountain like that, then what will happen? Buses and cars would not be able to go up. From this road, the buses and cars will not able to move above. Okay, able to go up. That is why winding roads with a gradual slopes are built on mountains. Less effort is needed to go up the mountain. Here, less effort is needed to go up the mountain on these roads, though the distance to be covered becomes greater, but the distance will be greater as compared to this road. So next is wedge. What is wedge? A wedge is made up of two inclined planes. You can see in this picture. Wedge is made up of two inclined planes joined together to form a sharp edge. They are joined together to form a sharp edge. A knife, an axe, and a chisel are examples of wedges. You can see in this picture. This is chisel, this is axe. Okay. So, okay, in our next video, we will continue this chapter again, the other topics. Okay. Thank you.